What is up, everybody? Today we're gonna be doing another Watch It With Me fight breakdown. And today we're gonna be watching my fight against Denmark in the IMMAF World Championships in Bahrain last year. So we can watch it together and I'll share some of the inside of the fight and some of the finer details of what's happening as it's going on. I've seen this guy fight before, I've heard of him before, I know he's a very tough fighter, and I watched him perform very well in the European Championships, where I lost in my first fight, but he won in his first, and I believe even in his second, or I think he lost via split decision. Either way, great fighter. He had some great performances in the European Championships, and in the World Championships I got the opportunity to fight him. So go straight to my YouTube page. I'll leave a link below in the description box. So let's just press play and watch it as it happens. It was very warm in Bahrain. Like, you were warm the second you started warming up. Like, you were sweating on the way to the arena. It was in October or November, I don't really remember, but I remember the heat, and you had to drink a lot of water not to get dehydrated. Cutting weight was easy because it was so warm, but yeah. So here I'm just feeling the cage out, focusing, soaking in the moment, the atmosphere, getting my legs moving, feeling just getting into the flow. And here you can see me even punching this, boom. Can you see that? I punched this, what is it, the post or something, and the tape or the thing on the pole, it actually broke, and the tape was hanging loose, and I thought to myself, oh shit, I'm gonna get in trouble for that. So I fixed it, being discreet as I am, and just kept focusing on the fight. Don't think anyone noticed. Actually, some of the photographers at the side of it, they looked up at me as I did it, but yeah. Thought I was gonna get in trouble for that. So here you can see my opponent. He was like 10 centimeters taller than me. So from the get-go, I knew I had to pressure him and get on the inside. So my plan from the beginning was just rush in, well, not rush in, but pressure him from the get-go and put the pace on him, because if he started establishing his range, then I would be having a tough time connecting and he would have the upper hand. So from the get-go, you see me slipping and landing that overhand right. Overhand right jab. He started dancing around. Jab, jab. I'm on the outside. I got a bit sloppy there, but mid kick. Try going for the low kick. Missed with the high kick. Start feeling, boom. And that connected. And you see his hand drop down here. And he's got his hand right down by his rib. That's when I knew I hurt him to the body. And also, now I'm a bit sloppy here. I go for the left hook, and then he shoots for the takedown. And I was like, what's going on? Because this guy is primarily a striker. He's a BJJ purple belt. But warming up, I saw that his striking was really, really good. And there I hit him with the switch. He started shooting once he felt the power to the body, I believe. So here I'm just hitting him with the switch. You can see that. You can't really see it here, but I put my arm on the inside of his thigh, and the harder he holds my leg, the further he's gonna fly away when I hit him with the switch. So what happens is you put your arm on the inside of your opponent's thigh, then you bridge and you lift him with his own power, and you come out on top like I did here. So I'm still in shock that he's shooting for a takedown. I'm trying to punish him with some peppering shots here. He's driving with the takedown, pushing me up against the cage. I'm just trying to posture and be as heavy on his neck as possible, because where the head goes, the body follows. So I try to push down on his head. See my hand there on the back of his neck. Switching stances. Hit him with a switch one more time. See what I mean? My arm is on the inside of his thigh there. So I'm controlling him right now and trying to hit them with some shots, but there's not a lot of power in it. I'm just trying to mess with him, Again with the switch. And there I saw his leg. When he stood up on one leg here, what I did was I grabbed my arms around his back and around his leg and did what's called a cradle. Now this isn't a textbook cradle. This is just something that I improvised during the fight. and I used it to get him off balance and to establish top control. You see that? And from here I just put as much pressure as I could on him because I didn't want him to get back up again. My strategy was, of course, to pressure him standing up and try to go for the knockout and hurt him standing up. But once we're on the ground, I preferred to him to stay on the ground. So I'm taking away his base, pushing my forehead against his jawline. Here I'm trying to pass guard and just stay as heavy as possible on this guy. And at this point, I didn't even know that he was a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I found that out after the fight. But I could feel that he was good. He was scrambling to get the takedowns and going for the underhooks, trying to sweep me. Here he's doing the hip escape, trying to get out, trying to get his hips out. And I'm just trying to stay on him like a wet blanket. And here I pull him back. I pull on him to make him react and go the other way because I knew that if he tries to climb forward, I could get the hooks in. And you're just in such a flow state when you're doing this. I wasn't even aware that I jumped, excuse me, jumped to take his back. There I dig one hook in. I still don't have the other one, so I don't have the position secure yet. Excuse me. So as you can see here, I got the rear naked choke locked, not fully, but I prefer this choke like this. This grip, I prefer that to the classic, you know, the textbook rear naked choke, because like this, I feel like I can get a lot more power. And this was just, you know, hours of drilling. I wasn't even aware that I had the position until we got there. And I felt like, oh, I have a rear naked choke, let's go for it. Still don't have the two hooks in. I'm working for it. There I get the second hook in. And now, you see, now I have the full rear naked. Let's rewind that. Now I have the full rear naked choke. I got the double hooks in, but he was so much taller than me. So his head was too high up for me to even bridge and secure the rear naked, like finish the choke. So what I had to do was, you see, I bridge with my head and I climb up to flatten him out so that his chest, no, my chest is in like head level, excuse me, so that his head is at my chest level. And from here I could push my chest out, bridge, and secure the finish. And what's crazy is, like, he went out, he went to sleep, woke up, and then went to sleep again. Like, I was confused because he was laying down for a while. He's awake now, but I felt him going out, then waking up. But yeah, and I was hyped. I usually don't like to celebrate like that. Usually I just want to keep quiet, you know, and be a bit stoic about it. But I saw the Swedish team on the, what's it called? I saw the Swedish team up on the up in the bleachers. Now I just want to check on him, and I mean, I have lots of respect for the guy. I knew he was a tough fighter, and but I felt like I was there to perform, and I really did. And this was probably one of my best performances up to date. I'd say my last fight is better, just because I got to do more and showcase more of my skills. But I'd say this fight changed the way I approach fighting. Like, I really relied on my training, and it was 100% like pure aggression, and I just went after it, and whatever happens, happens. And just trusting in your training will actually work sometimes. Most times. That's the only thing you can do. Found out afterward that he was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. No, sorry, purple belt. That just makes the victory that much sweeter, since it was a submission victory. No, I've been working hard on my ground game. I've been working really hard on my grappling for, well, since I started doing MMA, and I want my grappling to be as good as my striking, so that I don't have any holes in my game. Of course, it's not really up to par with my striking, but I feel like my top game in MMA is strong. I can keep my opponents down, I can punish them, and I can work for submissions and work for the locks and create those openings and set my opponents up just like I did here. And it was a good time. It was a very good time. It felt great, you know, big audience, a huge arena, and I really felt like this fight proved that I belong in the upper echelons of at least amateur MMA. We'll see about pro MMA soon enough. And if you enjoy the videos, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the box below. And I got a question for you guys. I may or may not be dropping merch, t-shirts, hoodies, and some other things in the near future. Let me know in the comment box below if that would be interesting to you, and I'll see you soon again. Thank you for watching.